Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sleepy, and welcome back to Danganronpa. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. But that is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. So does Fenrir, okay? But right now...
Anyway,
Right now, we have to get out of this place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. So, I don't know if you heard this already, so let's just try and look for clues. Because it may be that I did this last episode, but I forgot, so sorry for that. There's so much garbage here. I can't believe this place is even still inhabitable. How to pick that wind up in a sweet garbage bin? I'm just gonna go with everything else first before I click on the door. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Oh, there's something. There's something over here. Another Monokuma bomb, I guess. That's a rocket. That's a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Oh, this is the rocket the one guy got shot out into oh my god, that's a very high ceiling. Ooh, that makes me dizzy. Very high ceiling. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Come on. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door to school, right?
That's right.
Exactly. We should be able to use it on the door, right? Oh, come on. Hey, Kyoko. We can use the key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. Then... Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sound good? We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We're finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain. Ultimate suffering. Ultimate despair. Ultimate execution. Ultimate death. So this is the last chapter? After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Oh, why did you sense that? I mean Makoto's butt, not Kyoko's. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. Are you playing Metal Gear Solid? We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So... Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said that you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Well, that would be counterproductive, right? Huh? But how come? It's like a family tradition, right? So
Right.
because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride? So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her, because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you told you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes. I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
What is it? I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future, but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And though, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So you're the ultimate pride, essentially. So every last part of me is happy. He didn't take me with him. Oh, what am I reading that so weirdly, goddammit? I just noticed it. If I'd gone home with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not
However...
true. But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family? To just cut him out like that? You can't change your past. That's not possible. So
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Well, that's a philosophical question. Necessarily not, no. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Oh, you did you? And it's locked. How did you get down here? Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We are back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be open. It should be open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back, but I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So what's the next step once we get out of here? I should ask Kyoko. Oh, okay. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too, you helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then...
Then let's just give a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we find out. Till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying, rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Oh, there's no rule for that, right? If I escape the punishment, I can go scot-free, correct? At least in the vicinity of Hope's Peak. Don't worry. What do you think is going to happen?
Because
the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The masterminds had exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can't talk to Monokuma, we can't confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this, but we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
It's weird that he's some stuff thinks, because the blue writing, blue color indicates me thinking, right? Or Makoto thinking, actually. Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Oh, it's nighttime. So... Yeah, he's ensnared by the rules, because there is no rule that states that I cannot escape the punishment. Right?
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
Hey. Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. And we're really gonna be okay. You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So, what if I did? What would you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However...
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
Now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
Huh? I lose?
Hey!
You, explain yourself. So, what do you mean by that?
Because...
That... I don't get the voice right. You set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted to an excuse to kill
In
me.
other words...
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened, and then executed, right?
Hey,
What are you talking about?
However...
When Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And the response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Also you. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to your aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, there is the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Bukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blanket is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the blackhead is me and not Makoto.
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that.
What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I will find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
However-
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed,
It's not. That's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume you killed him because what he said is exactly right. Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course. You can't say we're just making all of this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat.
Oh, he's getting mad. I love her smug smile. Kyoko's. I mean, not that one, the other one.
If you want to earn our despair, fair and
that's what we
square,
have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice.
Oh no.
So, what is this? What is this evidence of yours?
It's true.
You do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, couldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word.
Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed.
Barry?
What's wrong?
I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now that you've suggested it might be possible,
Oh god damn it, I love bad jokes. Especially play on words.
it would certainly make for one honey of a
in
climax.
other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim
I
victory?
can barely contain
Let's have
myself!
one final grisly showdown.
He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a
You
fifth bet.
guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All the mysteries?
That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around this school. If you can't do
I
that,
can barely
then that'll
contain
be enough
myself!
to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. If you can't do all of that,
You all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure,
Listen to me.
when we've uncovered every last truth. How will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure, so what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement.
You don't have to be suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that.
Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro...
It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But, okay, enough puns.
Oh, because polar bear. Okay.
Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth?
Why do you get so quiet all of a sudden?
Now
I'm done
really
talking. I got
angry.
nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya?
Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here.
Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go?
I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Kodo. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, he's happy. Or they, I guess.
Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. Just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt.
I assume I have to talk to her.
Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because,
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, as I said. So, when was it that the mastermind let down their guard?
so,
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they hijacked the airways to broadcast our school live to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right?
Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airways
Seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
We don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In the words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do
in
it.
other words,
But to think of it another way, there must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so,
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost, us killing each other. They wanted to show the
it
world.
would seem,
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed
in
anybody.
other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But Why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It is the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet... that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast the killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began the trial that didn't have a right answer. Am I dumb today? My brain isn't functioning? Why am I reading that so weird? They began a trial that didn't have a right answer. Then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right this time, at least. I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. Oh, good. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we have done... Okay, my brain isn't functioning. I need to drink something after that. Not alcohol, I just mean generally. All we have done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no point in there's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is to work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now, we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the domes somewhere. Shall we go? Fine, we go. It's a good one.
It's up and down with that game, to be honest. That sounded more condescending than I planned to. It's up and down with that game, to be honest. Sometimes it's like very good, exceptionally interesting. So who is still alive? Makoto, that's me. Mondo's dead. Byakuya. Let's start with the prick first. This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside?
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on. I'm going to keep looking.
Okay. Sayaka is dead. Juko is dead. Toko.
This is Toko's room. Is she inside?
hey,
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep...
Okay, so they are not in their rooms, I guess. What are they doing? Are they eating? No.
And suddenly, we were greeted with...
Okay. You again.
Is he broken?
whew.
I suppose his emotional stability reaches limit.
Exactly. Jeez, what the heck?
I
However,
wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Ah,
Is that Makoto?
Toko sounds kinda happy. It looks kinda happy.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
Even Byakuya was like, okay. A little upbeat. Still insulting me, but at least upbeat.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man. That seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get him right. Shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Toko, my honey. You stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling
Rotten
you.
physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. So sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. This smell is so smelly. So smelly. Smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. How must she... Well, she seems happy for some reason. Yeah, because now I'm not a
Yo.
rival to her anymore. Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo?
Nice reference.
So, what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And no dice. All the rooms were locked before. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't new areas. There weren't any new areas. Then, where can we go to find new clues?
Byakuya knows, probably.
I still can't believe you survived.
Yeah, me either.
Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was awful ago. You saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say that they had their life saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Thank you, I guess.
Makoto,
There's no time to indulge in extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain. Explain what? But it's okay that you're here. What if the Mastermind catches you?
it's true.
That is related to what I have to tell you. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. The last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial. What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't a killer. And of course, it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What he's saying is, it was all the work of the Mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the Mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you
You
say?
spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto? Make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
by executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean that they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall that you said at the end of what you said at the end of the last trial, when you said, "Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared." That's what you're referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here.
For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to the plan, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery.
But
We've been looking around all this time. We still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
That was the wrong voice. God damn it.
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Everyone!
I hate you.
Who said you could agree to those terms while talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other
Interesting.
words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
But
But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries.
It's a pretty tall friggin' order.
Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll all solve those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? Oh god, Makoto. You're such a bird brain. Yeah, 16 students, one of us is the killer.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh?
Huh? But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is Sayaka or Junko? Because they are very suspicious to me, to be honest. Maybe alter ego, maybe it's like super deranged, but I think it's Junko. She's like, yeah. There were 15 of us in the main hall. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. With Mukuro, and you get 16. So the mastermind have to one of
that's
them.
right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue? Do you get it now?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way.
Can't be serious. Wait, we can't say that for sure. That's true. I forgot what was for again. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us. It's clearly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind could be one of us. Is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, the ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be ice cream. Can't say it's not possible, but if one of us was a mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma, right?
somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was acting?
Well,
Maybe there's lack of control to indirect the
but...
secret. I don't care how sneaky you are. You would have noticed someone sneaking on that many times.
I'm right?
Maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand.
In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely possible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Oh.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want.
Ooh.
Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit.
Cool.
Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my
At this
family.
point, I can rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall.
Master, he didn't take it with him.
Hey,
Do you blame him?
Master, the rest of you like coffee with cream without the cream. Coffee. You're totally useless. Bye. With that, Toko trudged off out of the dining hall.
And she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right.
Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
you know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity.
Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go by themselves. What about you, Hina? Guess I do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
cause, I mean,
Up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure at least here in the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. Once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So, you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
When Akuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can't visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone. Leaving only me. I don't have time to waste here. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Pokemon file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown.
They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several years old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusawa, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where do I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and on the second floor of the door, Mr. What the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check, okay. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I will end the episode here. Next time we will investigate, and after that we will end that bitch. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Again, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, yada yada yada, I don't care. My name is Sleepy, and I hope you have a good night.